Last week's power rankings. So remember, it goes Jack, Ziggy, Paul from 10 to 1. Jack went Vikings at 10, Commanders at 9 for Ziggy. We actually adjusted that after the Texans game because we had the Texans in there. Steelers, I put at 8. The Eagles were then 7 for Jack, 49ers at 6 for Ziggy. I put the Ravens at 5. Packers go 4 for Jack. Ziggy, Bills 3. Paul, Lions 2. And Jack was basically forced into the Chiefs at 1. He was upset about that. Ziggy was also upset that the Lions were not number 1. But now you two control a little bit more of the board towards the top in this episode. So Ziggy starts off with the number 10 selection. Why don't we jump into it?
At number 10,
oh dear,
we've got a team that's returning to the power rankings after being out for a little while.
No, no.
I say this a lot, but it continues to be true. They've got a really good offense.
Here they come.
Unfortunately, that really good offense wasn't able to show up this weekend when they needed it the most, and they looked like a disaster. Nevertheless, I think they've got to be in here somewhere. I'm putting the Green Bay Packers at number 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So he fooled us.
It's a big fall. It's a big fall, but I think a big fall is deserved after what we saw this weekend.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
It is a big fall. Right and right now with Love's injury and you don't really know what's going on, they could easily rise back up. But at this point in time, I think 10 is a proper spot for the Packers. I thought you were going Bengals. I really did. I really thought the Bengals.
I thought Bengals are at 11.
The Bengals are 11 for me, too. They're the first team looking out.
Okay, so this brings it over to me at number 9. Oh, this is we feel like I feel like the bottom 10 is the tough spot because
hard.
There's a lot of teams jumbled up there. And I'm going to put, you know what? I'm going to put the San Francisco 49ers at 9 right now. It might be a little, like, I think they could actually be bumped up 1 or 2 maybe, but I'm going to put them at 9 right now. I thought we were a little generous with them at 6 last week. Still need to see a bit more. And McCaffrey's coming back soon, so I think that will also boost them up the rankings. But as it stands now, 9 for San Francisco.
Oh yeah, they were one of my first teams out, number 12. So I can't really complain there.
The betting markets have the 49ers implied the 4th best team in the NFL, so they're too low.
That's fair. That's fair. I was willing to put them a little bit.
I follow the evidence.
So my 10th ranked team was the Cardinals, but they're not creeping up to 8. So I'm going to put the Eagles at 8. Team was one.
Man, you really dislike the Eagles. You had them 7. You dropped them.
Well, I think Jacksonville stinks, and they played a competitive game in Philly, which shouldn't be the case. And I'm aware that Doug Peterson is the old coach of Philly. He had something. He probably wanted to win that game, but this is a game where if I'm going to put you higher than number 8 and you're supposed to be a contender, you got to blow Jacksonville away on your home field.
Mm-hmm.
They're still a top 10 team for sure. Barkley's fantastic, undefeated with AJ Brown in the lineup, but I'm not ready to jump the gun and put him in the top, close to the top 5. So I'm putting him at number 8.
All right, Ziggy. I think this is an important pick here in terms of keeping the list.
No, well, so here's
track.
the problem: is there's no team that I'm happy putting here because all the teams I want to put here either deserve to be higher or deserve to be lower. I mean, I really screwed this up, but it's okay.
No, you didn't screw it up. Me and Jack putting the Niners at Eagles screwed it up for you. But you probably should have seen that coming.
I can't put the Steelers here because the Steelers are just not a top 10 team.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you're going to put a team in.
Of course they are.
Ziggy, you have to remember, if you don't put the Steelers here, that means they might go to 5 for Jack.
I'm telling you, they'll be a 5 if you don't put them here.
You know what? You're right. Jack's just going to do what he's going to do. I can't stop him. I'm putting the Minnesota Vikings here.
Good.
Minnesota Vikings are 7 in my power rankings. I'm not convinced that this team's great. I'm convinced that this team is okay. They gutted out a tough, closer than it should have been win against the Colts. They covered, which was nice. But we need to see better play from Sam Darnold before they can start climbing up a whole lot higher.
I have him at 7 also.
Good God. All right.
Zeke, we're pretty spot on with 7 and our first team out there.
I think that's around the right spot for the Vikings, but given the way that the list is falling, I don't know who. I mean, I guess the Chargers are a team that you could potentially who else are we putting at 6?
The Dolphins.
Stop it.
The Bengals. No, the Bengals or the Dolphins are a better team than the Chargers, probably with Tua playing. It's true.
Yeah, no, I like them. I'm trying to think now who here slots into the number 6 spot. I'm not a big fan of the Texans. I think I think I have to put the Steelers.
Yeah, he knows coming at 5. You don't put him at 6.
I think I have to put the Steelers at 6.
Hell yes.
And no, I'm serious though. Like even according to my rankings, it would be the Steelers would be next up on the list here. So and I still have my top 5 all available. Or I still have 5 teams ahead of them that can slot in here. So yeah, I'll go Steelers, and I don't feel great about it. I think they're closer to the bottom end of the top 10, or like right around that border of top 10. But they're playing good football. The defense is playing awesome. Of course, Mike Tomlin always keeps them competitive, and the offense is good enough to get by and be a wild card team this year.
Yeah, no shame putting them at 6.
No offense. I just don't think you're winning the division, but I think they'll.
I'm not
they'll get
offended.
in. Yeah,
I'm not offended.
Okay, so
Well,
I
this
don't
is a
care.
big pick for Jack because the top 4 is settled. There are 4 teams that are going in the top 4. So this is the last team other than those 4 you can.
well,
put in.
this is an easy
It's
pick.
an easy pick.
Yeah, top 5 is easy. 5 is the Commanders.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, look at us.
100%.
Who would have thought?
I mean, sitting there 7-2, and it is impressive. I'm aware the Giants are horrible, but when you win a game like they won against the Bears on your home field, a Hail Mary like that in a game you probably had no business winning, to then regroup with a rookie quarterback, go on the road to a division opponent who played a close game with you when you met the first time, and take control from the start and beat them, that impressed me. This team is legit, and I got him at number 5.
Okay. All right. So
Well, this is great because the Vegas has them as 3.5 point favorites at home against the Steelers. So we're right there. We're exactly where the markets are.
yeah, we're great right now.
And I
All right.
love the Steelers. In
I
that
feel
game,
like
by the
this
way.
top 4 is gonna be a breeze. Look at us.
Well, you would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
So top 4,
Here come the
I'm
Bengals.
putting what I think is the 4th best team in football here. I'm putting in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Great team. They can play football with the best of them, but they just haven't shown this year that they're going to be able to step up to that level. I'm confident they will, but until we see, the defense has played great, but Patrick Mahomes, he's close to leading the NFL in interceptions. There's not a lot around him. Until we see more out of this offense, I think of the legit contenders, I think they're number 4.
Okay. Yeah. We've been over this a million times on why I'm keeping them at
Yeah.
1. But yeah, so that's fair.
I mean, yeah, I'm more in agreement with
With
Ziggy.
your guys' logic and thinking, I get it.
I think we can all agree they've played the worst of the top 4 teams up to this point in the season. I know they're undefeated, but they haven't looked as good.
I agree.
So yeah, it's
I
the
concur.
power rankings, not the record rankings.
And because it's the power rankings, not the record rankings, I have the Buffalo Bills coming in at 3. It was toss up between them and the Ravens right here, but Baltimore kicked their ass when they played, and I'm not sure it wouldn't happen again if they played, especially in Baltimore. So I'm going to put the Bills here at 3. Of course, with Josh Allen, you could win any game, but I think 3 is the right spot.
Yep, and then 2, I got the Broncos.
He's back on them.
2, I got the Ravens. Bounce back win, 30-point win at home. Looked impressive.
All right. Take us home, Ziggy.
And they're not one
I was-
because the Lions are better than them. So Go ahead, Ziggy.
Yeah, the Ravens win at home this week and actually caused me to catapult them up to 1. But I have no problem putting the Detroit Lions at 1. These are, I think, clearly the best team in the AFC and the NFC, at least how they've played up until this point. Lions coming off a nice dominant win against a good team. Either of these teams you can justify putting 1. And honestly, if this wrapping up, is this going to be our least controversial? I feel like we're getting less controversial every week. The first few weeks, people said, stop this segment. You guys are clickbaiting. And that was never our intention. But now that we've sort of figured out how it works, I feel like we're really working well together as a team.
We always have.
I hate the Steelers, but what are you going to do?
But there was also there was no headbutting really amongst us either. Usually when they're bad, someone really disagrees with another person.
Well, I could have put the Steelers at 9 and then had the 49ers at 6 is another way it could have gone.
I guess Philly at 8.
I thought Philly would
was
have been
high.
higher. So
or
okay,
low.
let's quickly go through our top 10s. Go ahead, Ziggy. Who do you have 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I've got Ravens at 1, Lions at 2, Bills at 3, Chiefs at 4, 49ers at 5, Commanders at 6, Eagles at 7, Vikings at 8, Dolphins at 9, Packers at 10.
Okay. And the Dolphins is still I get it. I get why
The Dolphins is believing that Tua is going to elevate this offense, and I'm happy of how they played against Buffalo.
How about you, Jack?
So I had the Lions at 1, Chiefs at 2, Ravens at 3, Bills at 4, Commanders 5, Steelers 6, Vikings 7, Eagles 8, Packers 9, and Cardinals 10.
Okay. All right. I had Cardinals like 13 or so. My 1 to 10. So 1 through 5
the
for
Cardinals
me.
at 17.
So 1 through 5 for me went Chiefs, Lions, Bills, Ravens, Eagles. 6 through 10, Vikings, Commanders, Niners, Packers, Steelers. That was my top 10 there. So yeah, I don't know. I wound up putting the 49ers in there to try and keep up. Maybe I should have put the Steelers at 9, but that's just what happened. I don't know if I missed something.
This year, it feels like what we've got this year is there's a distinct 4-team tier 1, and there's like a 4 or 5-team tier 2. And then everyone after that, it feels like just has no chance.
Yes. I think we're close. Although this week I had more teams in that tier 2 than before. Before it's been like 12 to 13 top teams. This week I went down like 15 or so.